Hey everyone, it's Michael here. In this video, we are going to talk about custom audiences. And it's important that you know just your way around the custom audiences that Facebook offers. You can do a lot of your retargeting through those audiences. You can save audiences that you know have been successful for you with past campaigns. And you just have a lot of options that you want to make sure that you're doing as you're running the ads and as you start to get more experience with running Facebook ads. So let's just start. When you get to your dashboard here, you're gonna again click on the bars up here, and you'll see that the link that says All Tools. And when you go over there, it's going to be under Assets, and it's going to be called Audiences. Okay, so once you get to the audiences, you'll see. If you've never created a custom audience, you won't really have what you're seeing on the screen here, but we're going to just walk through the basics. And so the first thing you want to do is, as you have ads running like we did in the prior video, I'm going to walk you through some of the things that you can do with capturing those people and also using an email list that you may already have. So what you want to do is click Custom Audience, Create Audience, and then Custom Audience. And so this is all the options that they give you for creating a custom audience. Okay, let's just start at the top here. So like I said before, a customer file is basically email addresses that you may have. And this is really important as you start to sell more products and get more email addresses, or if you already have a list that I know many of you out there have a pretty large size list of emails. The first thing you're going to want to do is you can import those email addresses if you have a MailChimp. And you can also just, if you don't have a MailChimp and you have them on another, like a CSV or something like that, somewhere else stored on your computer, you want to go ahead and import those right into the file, right into here. And the reason why is you can add either a CSV or TXT file. And this is where you can get, you can pick or eliminate some of the things that you want in there. Usually just having your, a first name and a last name and an email address is normally all you have to do mostly with e-commerce. So, and the reason why you want to import this is you want to get those people that you can constantly run ads to just the people that pop up in Facebook. So let's just say you have an email address, a list of maybe 1,000 people. It doesn't mean you're going to have 1,000 emails in this particular audience. Okay, it's the ones that Facebook can capture that they're able to collect, and so it could be half of that. It just really depends on how big your list is and what Facebook will gather. So once you upload a file, it will usually take a few minutes, and then it will populate with a certain address, with a certain audience size. And then you can also, if you have a MailChimp account, you can log into your MailChimp account and pick whatever list you may have, and you can import them directly from there. Okay, so the cool thing is once you do create a email list, a custom audience from an email list, you can always go to once you import those, there will be an option here to create a lookalike audience based off of that email list. And that's really important because what that is a lookalike audience is what Facebook will say, okay, based on these people that you've imported, we're going to find people that maybe have the same behaviors, the same types of engagement, the same types of interactions, whether they click to websites or whether they convert, the same demographics. They're going to kind of find an audience that's really based off of the ones that you already have. And that's really key because it's basically Facebook is allowing your audience to grow without even having those people on an email list. They're just going to try to find similar like-minded people on Facebook that you can end up marketing to. Okay, and once you have those audiences, let's just say, for instance, this one here, this was, let's scroll up here, this was a test audience I did, which was like 2,200 people. Once you have all your audiences, when you create them, they will show up here on the left-hand side. Okay, so you can click these audiences once they populate, and you can go to actions over here. You can edit those. You can create lookalikes, and so once you have those are already uploaded into your database here, you can do a lot of cool things with those. So, and even right from here on this dashboard, you can even take one of those audiences and you can just simply create an ad with them. Okay, depending on the audience size usually. So Let's just unclick some of these. If you have multiple ones clicked, it won't let you do some of those actions. So you got to make sure you just have one audience clicked. So again, you can create lookalike audience off of those. You can create an ad right from that audience, and that's just going to take those people in that particular audience there. Okay, just like that. Okay, so if we go to the next one down, the website traffic. So this is where a lot of your retargeting can come into fact. When you start running ads, you always want to have an audience of people that are coming to your website. And so there's a couple different things you can do here. You can include people who meet any of the following criteria or all, because you can do a few different things. Okay, so you have that option here. And if you hover over the little information button, it explains exactly what they mean by that. So you can take your time and just go through that. But here's some of the options that you can do with your website audiences. You can, and I would suggest you do all website visitors. So just have an audience of people everyone that comes to your website, right? So you want to just make sure that you're kind of capturing those people so you can retarget to them. And you may not know exactly what they've been looking at your website, but if they've been coming to your website, there's a really good chance that if you retarget to them with a better offer or a discount or something like that, it's going to trigger them that they've already visited your website, and that's going to hopefully incentivize them to go back and maybe purchase something with a coupon code or whatever you want to do there. So you can do that, and then let's see here. Come over here. And also here, and if you see, like for instance, all website visitors in the past, it defaults to 30 days, but you can actually go back and capture people that have been there for the last 6 months or 180 days. So make sure you always change that number, because you want to make sure that you're getting people that have been to your website even prior to when you set this up. Okay. And let's see, the next one would be, this one is for people who visit specific web pages. Okay, so for instance, in the previous video we did, and we haven't started running an ad for this yet, but once you start running campaigns, for instance, if you have a campaign, I'm going to go to the page here and see if I have one with the link. Let's just say we have this here, and you're running a campaign, maybe it was for dish towels or whatever the case may be. You can actually come in here, copy that URL, and you can do this for every campaign that you run. And you can actually put your URL in there, and it will, people that are going to that exact URL, Facebook will capture those people. So if you're spending a lot of money, and especially if you get winners where you're scaling your campaign up and you're getting a lot of hits, you're getting a lot of clicks to your website, you want to make sure that you get those people who have visited that campaign URL. Whether they checked out or not is irrelevant, because you can always retarget to them and show them the same offer or show them a better offer or something different. Okay, so you can always, you want to, every campaign that you have set up, and you don't have to do this before, you can do this after you go through and set up your ads. I would suggest that you get your ads going first and then come back through here and do that. And so you can see there's a couple things here. If you can have exactly what the URL, or doesn't contain certain things. And what that means is if you want to find people that maybe just added to cart, so you can put the URL in there, and that doesn't contain the part of the URL that says the cart, or you can do a few different things with that. So, and then you can have one that equals exactly what you put in here. So there's a few different options. So for each campaign that you run, I would suggest creating an audience for that. And sometimes it may not be a huge audience. The campaign maybe didn't get a lot of clicks or whatever, but you never know. You want to make sure that you get in the practice of doing this for all of your campaigns, okay? So there's a couple cool things you can do with people that are visiting your website or specific pages on your website, okay? Below here you can see that it will take from certain events that you've created, so like a page view, a purchase, or add to cart. So you can really customize this to people that may have added to cart or have actually purchased, or even just hit your page view audience that you have. So go through here, create as many as you want, do different types of things, because you can't have too many audiences. And so that's what Facebook wants you to do, and that's the tools that they give you to help, okay? And then the next one under here is really cool. and you'll use this probably a lot more than anything, is this engagement. Okay, it used to be kind of a new feature. Now it's been out for about, I don't know, 6-8 months, and now they've actually added this updated thing next to it because they've added a few more things here. And the things that you'll probably use most is this video, or people that interact with your Facebook page. And if you're doing like the full screen stuff with the canvases on Facebook, if you're doing that, you can capture people in there. First, let's start with video. Okay, if you're running any type of video ads, it's a really good idea to come in here and create an audience for those people. Okay, you'll see some of the high power sellers out there like Maxwell Finn and Ezra Firestone, and the kind of the beginning of their funnels, they use video ads, and they don't even promote their campaigns. They use video ads to capture people and see who's interested. So if you're running a video ad, you can come in here and choose people that you want to capture that are maybe even watch 3 seconds, 10 seconds, 25%. You see all the options here. So you can actually do all of these off the same video if you wanted, and that's how they know who to run the next ad to. So what they do is they say, hey, if people have watched at least 50% of our video, I'm gonna target those people again with either another video or an offer. If people are only watching 3 seconds of your video, there's no need to really hit them up. You don't want to waste your ad budget on people like that. So normally you're going to create your custom audiences, and I think they even do with 25% of their video and up. And based on these, you can send those people different offers. So let's just start with 50, and I'll just use this example. Once you click that, you can then choose your videos from your page. And you can see that some of these videos here, like this one, for instance, this video view had 2,848 views. Okay, so if I was to keep going with that, I'm going to want to target people who've watched this video, who've watched at least 50% of it. You name that here. So I think this is Irish or St. Patrick's Day, something like that. So just name exactly the video, so you know. You want to add a little description, you can. You don't have to. And then you would just go ahead and create that audience. Okay, and it will take a little bit for Facebook to go ahead and populate that. But again, having people that have already watched your video, you can actually target directly to those people after it's done populating. Okay, so video views is huge. I know we've been talking a lot about that in the Facebook group. I know Elena has been talking about that. So if you don't know that you can do that, that's where you want to start, and it's under engagement. And then the other cool thing with the Facebook page is people that actually interact with your Facebook page. So under here you have everyone who's engaged with your page. You can create an audience with that, which I suggest you do. Always have that running. So anyone that even just comes to your page and just even engages at any point, you can create that audience. You have anyone who's visited your page. And here's another important one: anyone who's engaged with a post or an ad. Okay, so for instance, we were doing this ad yesterday. I want to make sure that I have this audience going, because remember, we started this ad. I started this later in the afternoon. This ad's going really well. It's just kind of a engagement ad to see if people like it. I know on this, I have well over 150 likes, I believe, on this. I have a whole bunch of comments here. Let's just do a refresh so we can get the exact data here. So you want to make sure that you're putting in that audience, that you're making sure that you're getting an audience with people that have engaged with your page. Okay. So look, I have 18 shares on this. Wow. 220 likes or interactions, 13 comments. So that's something that you want to make sure you want to capture those people into an audience. So you would pick your page here, and then under here you can include more. You can do, so it's kind of like the ads, or people that have sent you a message, or people that have visited your page. I like to just keep these single and just create people who have engaged with a post or an ad in the past 365 days. Okay. So that's what I do. And it's really important, especially if you're running page post ads or website conversion ads off of a page post. It's really important that you do that so you can capture those people in an audience. Okay. And then, let's see, we'll go back to engagement. I'm going to see if there's anything else here. Sorry, I just had to pause for 1 second. And so what those are, they're going to be as beginners, and what these videos are really are for kind of beginners with Facebook ads. Those are the ones that you're going to use the most. So I encourage you to go through your audiences, experiment with them. If you have videos on your page already that you've used, it's okay. You can go back and create those video audiences. Facebook will actually go retro and find those people that did view them, which is really awesome. And definitely create some audiences off your Facebook page. Create audiences off of people that are visiting certain URLs on your Facebook page. So everything that we kind of covered today, go through. Once you start getting some of those audiences populated, go back and once you find those audiences, create a custom lookalike audiences over that. So do that with all of them, and you can name them so you know exactly what you're doing. The more and more people that you have in your audiences that you know have either engaged with your page or a certain niche, or clicked on an ad or liked an ad, those are the people that you're going to continually be retargeting to, or even just sending regular ads to. So that's it on custom audiences. Hope you guys learned something, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.